clear game state stuff, I'm not resetting all of the modes. So explore ratio should be equal to 1. Tree size should be set to -1, and default squad size should be set to -1, and that's actually pretty important. Let's quickly look what's happening here. So we kind of saw that style of the map, and even though I'm only taking cottages, I'm actually having the first score. I have no idea what was the initial amount of knights. So okay. Okay, let's look at the scoreboards. I mean, why not? I'm at 6. Here I am in 8. What? Oh, because I already felt. Okay, so I'm switching to balanced because I have no trees. Hello, balanced. Doesn't. Okay, so that it's kind of horrible because I was split exactly into. So I have this huge line of cottages, but I cannot move out. And the other guy just took a lot of cottages from me, but at least I will be gaining slowly some points. Okay, how the global scoreboard. Okay, so Past Glory is still in the lead. Charles University Legion is still second, and Płatnerze w Płaszczach is still third. Who's leading in the... Wait, okay, so we have a new leader in the... Okay, I didn't notice it. So I guess they may be doing something similar. I don't know, hard to tell. Okay, yeah, so, well, honestly, no big changes so far. Okay, so there's a big problem over here that I'm actually trying to overtake the stuff that I already know instead of focusing on exploring where I have already established my dominance and dominance, whatever. Okay. I'll actually make a small break to check something. Okay, it looks very strange here on the first server. And what is happening here? Okay, so I will. Okay, I'll check this very strange strategy. Let's see what's happening. I'll just recompile it, and I'll use that spread over all of the stuff that I know. Okay, so I have to make another change. There are moments that I really want to avoid any cottages. So when I'm using collector, I want to here. I want to avoid the cottages if it's collector. And I want to avoid, maybe not. Well, okay, let's try it. I want to avoid trees when I'm in aggressive mode. Yeah, that's... I don't know what I'm doing here. Okay. Well, what's happening? Okay, so I guess it's another instance of that strategy. Like the squad size is exactly 4, so we know it's that guy who does it. I actually will quickly check if he's still dominating the scores. He was. He won 4 in a row. That's really impressive. But okay. So apparently they have only one strategy and it doesn't always work. Okay, it compiled. I'm killing the... Okay. Okay, let's risk it. Okay, let's risk it. I'm doing collector and tree size will be 5 because I want to kill the guy that uses 4, obviously. So if I understand correctly, yeah, it happened. So they spread out, although they are not moving in a way that I would like them to. They are just moving north. Guys, where are you going? What is happening? Okay, so apparently they don't want to get to the... Why? Where are they going? They just... all of them want... Okay, here has to be... something has to be wrong here. Target is not mode collector. Okay, it should be fine. I don't know where those guys are going. Honestly, they are... What? I'm speechless. If it's not obvious, and I'm doing horrible here. Not sure if there's anything that I can change here. Hard to say. Okay. Let's... give me a moment. Okay. I have to fix this fast. Okay. At least I have my priorities set. So it's obvious that they either don't go where they should, like move size. Okay, it's not about that. There's one thing that I could do. I could draw the waypoints that they are using. I'm doing horrible here. I would do absolutely great here if they would do exactly what I wanted them to do. That's the difference between smart and stupid minions. Okay. Just looking over some random stuff. Okay. That's that. How does it happen even? I mean, I'm choosing somewhere best direction. BD was the name of the. It's -1, and it's clear that. Well, and I run into the enemy because that's what I'm expected to do. Honestly, after doing such. What is happening? Okay, let's look at the logs. It always works. Send line. Okay. Oh, I actually don't have to look at the low-level logs. I will look at the. Okay, so I always to the west, always west, and like why? Apparently north is the new west. Not good. What happened here? Like, God. Okay, so I'm actually in pretty good position here. Still, I should be in much better one, but I'm in pretty good position somehow. Okay, I can still split those into so many regions. Is this? Yeah, this is C. Well, it's C++. I'm currently trying to understand why the hell it doesn't work. Like, yeah, I know that's pretty common thing to do. Okay, so I'll do very stupid stuff. I'll just show the target. I mean, what else? That's actually the moment that I could have used a debugger. Probably the better thing would be to use a decent coding style. It's really probably one of my worst ever. Well, you can look at the Dropbox and there's my source code, older version of it. So at the top of it, you will see all of the macros. There are actually very few of them. And they are very straightforward. So it may look strange, but it's not that big of a deal. Okay, so we can see here that I'm actually using different targets, and well, okay. Well, macros are great for prototyping stuff. I mean, instead of writing this, I can do this. And so a lot of languages have a lot of IDEs have built in something like this that will automatically expand into full 4. But the problem is that if I want to change x into y, I will still have to do it all the way around or do the other stuff. Also, it takes less space. It's easier to read if you are used to that. And most of the people that prototype algorithm stuff they are used to that. It's actually standard in competitive programming. So lots, at least those for and rep macros. What are you making? Well, you can read in the description below. I assume that you are just asking what the hell am I doing here. And currently I'm trying to understand why it doesn't work, and my current idea is that instead of debugging it, I will actually add a new functionality. I'll add new functionality to visualizer. I will show where each of the squad is going to. It should be much easier to read. With this, I need to draw some. Well, I need some additional global targets. Well, let's call it. Okay, that's uglier than ever, which is fine. Okay. I mean, at this point, there's no point in going back with the ugly stuff. It's only going to get worse. So this will contain the coordinates where the targets are. So I have to clear those as well. And are you going to implement some special features in 2137? Why should I don't understand. Is it some special point of time? Okay, let's switch to collector. And yeah, just move out. The funny thing is that even though nothing really works, and it seems like I could easily have twice as many points, I'm still 4th in position. No godzina papieska. Well, I'm not into those things. Sorry. Well, I'm not doing good, but I'm doing kind of fine, I'd say. Why didn't you set up? I could still do it, but the problem is with Dropbox that it's synchronized whole folders, so I have to create a virtual folder, and then I have to move the files. I cannot synchronize separate files. That's the main problem. Okay. Okay, the game ended here, so I'll just, or maybe I won't. I'm still getting surprisingly big amount of points. Okay, so TS. Okay, instead of, there are actually few of the things that I'm pointlessly throwing out to the, like range. Okay, so it's very clear that actually range is, or maybe not, squads visible. Yeah, it's definitely not very important. So it will make my logs more clear. Okay, so here, where is it? Okay. So ESTX for the squad X, squad Y. So now I have those. And I will draw the lines. Again, I will copy it from somewhere, hopefully. Line. Oh yeah, that's the. Okay. I'll draw them last. So size. ESTX. Okay. Oh yeah, 0 is actually valid target. So now I don't speak Russian. And people enjoy using English here. Okay, position of X and Y, and second position. Well, okay, let's just call that P0 and P1. Target. Okay, so we have this going on. It can be gray, whatever. And last thing is that instead of using 0, hello fx7. Okay, I'll just mem set ESTX. I'm just setting everything to -1. It's a small trick that actually works, and it's a little bit faster to do that in this way. Did it compile? Okay, how many turns I have? I still have a lot of them actually, and I only lost so far 5 trees, I believe, out of all of those. It's incredible how into C++, like, really, I'm not, it's not a good moment for those questions. It depends if you have any programming experience or you really don't. If you don't, then actually competing in simple programming contest, much simpler than this one, is fine. I'm from Poland. Yeah, sorry, I'm just in the middle of doing something, and I will gladly reply to you a little bit later. I'm adding some functionality, and I'm really hoping it will work. Like, oh yeah. Now I actually have no idea it's going. Oh, I forgot we have new game over here, and it's a very sparse game, and we started with lots of knights. Okay, I will kill this server because no unit is. Please use English. Okay. Okay, that was quick. People from Wykop.pl. I'm using that's the library I'm using. You can Google it. It's a very simple library, lightweight for just drawing rectangles, lines, and that kind of stuff. Okay, I'm killing this server and restarting it. Okay, so you see the lines. Unfortunately, it's a stupid case where everything wraps around the edges, and it looks stupid, just stupid. Okay. Okay. So okay, what the goal is that I will hopefully use this server to fix the functionality I have. Well, the test if the new functionality works correctly. Look, okay, something is wrong, like way wrong. Instead of going to the target, it looks like it avoids it. That's really not what I was expecting it to do. Okay, I still have 41 trees. And what will happen now? Yeah, so for some strange reason, despite it just goes north, even though the target is correctly set. So the problem have to be here. How are you doing? I only about the Mark Saigan, the guy that I mentioned in the beginning of the stream, where I said that any problem with the socket library is his fault. So this is the guy. You can blame him. But honestly, no, not many problems. The biggest problem was that the stream started like 1 hour and a half into the contest, and pretty much I was really behind, and then I spent 2/3 of all of the time talking. So yeah. Like you see, I'm not in the best shape. Everything takes a lot of time and surprising amount of bugs I have. Like again, I'm performing really badly on the first server. No idea how consistently I'm able to perform bad on the first server. Okay, back to the debugging. So this goes here, and what? Suddenly, every move is just nerf. No, I don't have to restart. It works fine. I changed a lot of small stuff, but it works fine. I actually discovered the error in their implementation. I mean, the problem was incorrectly set. The problem statement stated one thing, and the implementation was a little bit different. But then they fixed stuff. Okay, so seriously, I'm trying to focus. Focus, not focus. Focus. Okay. And I had 3 hours of sleep, so that's another thing. And as people can see, I'm unable to do anything and talk at the same time. Okay, distance. Everything should be fine here. Lol. So no, that's actually correct. Thanks, Mark. That should be fine. Okay, that has to be my record for... And I'm still doing fine here, and I'm still doing horrible here. What? Okay, so I will change to the collector because I actually I wonder what will happen in the I had only 2 trees, so yeah, so they are moving. Every unit I have only moves to the north. That's wonderful. Yeah, so the cameo guy actually convinced me that I'm pronouncing it in a very bad way. So from now on, I'm only saying focus. Are you playing on console or PC? I'm pretty much I exclusively play on the PC. There are very few titles that are interesting and they are not available on PC. And so that's one thing. I mostly play in indie games, which I usually find much more interesting than AAA stuff. And also I prefer keyboard and mouse, but I actually, well, I'm also a game designer and game developer, so I'm working on the stuff that I don't feel comfortable with. So I played a lot of games on the gamepads, only because I'm developing a game for the gamepads. So, well, I was developing. It's on hold now, but it's really complicated, and I would had to make a 1 hour long break in order to explain it. But essentially, I have my own independent game studio. I'm a co-owner of it. So that's the thing I have going for me. Oh, you don't actually sound like you are swearing when you say focused, like the guy. Okay, sorry, I misread what you wrote. Sorry for that. I will still try to understand what this guy is doing. Not only he's choosing randomly the target, which shouldn't happen. Like, really, it shouldn't. There's usually only one that's very close. Okay, and it just goes north. I mean, that apparently that works a bit, but that's a very stupid idea. Okay, I'm losing so much points. I actually shouldn't refresh that since yeah, that's horrible idea. Okay, maybe my distance is backed. I don't know. Do we still have LDDO here to tell me if my distance function is correct? It looks absolutely correct. I mean, well, I really mean it. It looks correct. Yeah, it looks correct. So that looks fine. I can only go to the tiles. Wait, what? Okay, let's forget about that. It looks like the problem is here. So I'm pretty much out of my mind right now. It's the worst part is that it's probably something so stupid that I will really feel like complete idiot, and I wasted so much points on both of the servers right now. It's horrible. Okay, and did it compile? It should. Come on. There are so many things that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, that's why I can say. Okay, so I will just let BV equals to AV, that's correct. And okay, I found the mistake. I'm an idiot. I'm an actual idiot. Finally, but it's impressive that I got any points. I mean, I'm climbing to the 3rd place. It's insane. Well, okay, it should compile. Okay, so I'm killing the first one. Well, I guess I have more mistakes, but that's and okay. So it's collector mode, TS5, and let the madness begin. Or not? Why again? I hate this. What? Come on. I don't get it. So the reason the bug was there was an or here instead of and I just always changed the direction. That's why I always chosen the last one. So now and it works like I had never compiled it. Maybe I ran. No, I don't know. I'm very confused right now. Like very confused. Okay. Again, we have a bug. No, it's corrected now. Okay, so that's what you are supposed to see. Yeah, that was the whole idea. It works now. Except, oh, the game just stopped. Okay, I thought it hanged up for. So I'm killing the second server and restarting it now. 3rd mode. I still have some time, so I will actually spread those. Unfortunately, it will loop over. I can fix that, but it will only be a problem on some maps. Hopefully, I am able to catch to the 3rd place here. Not sure if it's going to happen. But at least finally, yeah, the bug was so stupid, and it was actually obvious, kind of obvious where it was. That was one of the last parts of the code I was changing, so well, makes sense. And okay, I don't need to output this again. And why this is here? Okay, so I had 40 something trees. I already have 59. The change is huge, so I'm actually gaining half more points per turn. This guy is getting 80, so I'm not going to catch up with him anytime soon. But, well, maybe. I'll spread out even more. So the tree size variable means if something stays on the tree. Oh, I'm actually running out of commands, so I will reduce the how did I call it? Explore ratio. Probably it's not such a good idea because I'm running into enemies, but still 66, much better. Okay, another game, and I don't know what happened here. It's okay, so I have 3 cottages that are... there isn't really happening too much. I'm gaining some points, not very important. Okay. So it took me like 1 hour to debug something that should take 2 minutes. Oh, so there's 50 for the 3rd place. Okay. And I'm last. What? Oh, because I didn't get any points earlier. Okay, it's hard to tell what the correct strategy is. I mean, there are several cottages. Okay. Yeah, so I get to the 78 trees, and I believe it's actually, I have 242 knights and I have 78 trees. This means that some of them are... yeah, this is actually 4. It shouldn't be 4. Every knight should be equal to 1. Yeah, that's not... there's 16 over there. Yeah. Why? Okay, so apparently I have more bugs. There can be several reasons. Either it's somewhere here, well, or maybe I'm just issuing invalid orders. That happened several times already, so let's check that. Not sure which... describe squads. Did I just... okay, so actually the problem is with the visualization stuff. I'm okay, I'll be back in a moment.
Oh.
What happened? Hello? Sorry. Okay, I'm back. And okay, so this happened, this finished. And I wasn't able to get to the third place. That's a bummer. Okay. Caparas. Okay, I have no idea what happened here. Like, no clue. Okay, so this, and suddenly when I'm away, I'm able to get second place without doing anything. That just shows how much of a bad player I am, really. Okay, so we have only. Okay, I'll switch to the collector mode. Whoa. And hopefully it will get a little bit better. And okay, so we have a huge map, and I'll reduce the squad size so that I will explore it faster, and I will gather more cottages quicker, and that's actually very, very important. Okay, and I'm getting first place. I honestly, is it going to be my first place ever? That would be great. And thanks to the collector mode, I guess. Okay. This is the one thing that I learned by watching YOLO. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, seriously, I actually have a decent lead in the end. Oh, nice. So I guess we have some invasion from people from Poland. That's how. Yep. I guess some people have nothing to do really in their lives. I'm always I don't know, impressed with those. Okay, I should increase the squad size now because I'm actually losing a lot of people, deserters. Okay, so I want this one. And wrong click. Okay. I think I will be able to get the first place eventually. Okay. Okay. Let's change the squad size to something bigger. I'm losing 4 per turn. And they should scout a little bit more. Not okay. this is the last, no current round, okay. To decide the ending rank, there'll be a couple of end servers which decided. No, so actually sorry, clicking random stuff instead of, okay, let me just, are there servers just for optimization? No, so they are, you can consider them final ones. So this is the current scoring. There will, the servers will run till the competition runs, actually. I said it wrongly. You can code as long as the competition runs and the server runs. So the contest ends at 10:15 a.m. tomorrow, my time. And we can code as up to that moment, pretty much. Again, I have to make a quick change. Sorry for that. Okay. So essentially, we're just gaining the final scores already. It's just that the further rounds are worth more points. So you see those numbers here. They actually tell what weight this round has. So, well, yeah, okay, I guess it should be enough. I don't know if that satisfies what you wanted to know. What do you think about people that say bad things about John Paul? Honestly, well, I don't want to get into that kind of stuff. So I don't think you should publicly shame or tell about anyone, and saying something like that about John Paul is actually really stupid, because the only reason you say that is to piss off people, and that's, yeah, pretty stupid reason to say anything. Yeah, sure. So here's the global ranking. So actually very little changes, very small changes. So at the top 4 are, we have, I won't say the strongest 4 teams, because there are, this is pretty strong team too, this is pretty strong team too, and pretty much everyone can be strong. I can just not be aware of them. Aim Fund performed pretty good in the previous contests. Płatnerze w Płaszczach placed third in the Deadline 24 contest. Charles University Legion placed third. Sorry, Płatnerze w Płaszczach placed second in the Deadline 24. And Charles University Legion actually placed third in 3 of the last 24-hour contests. That is Marathon24, Deadline 24, and Challenge 24. So they are pretty good. And, well, those are the famous guys that won the ICPC. I believe this is the same team. I'm not very sure. And they are doing quite well. I mean, they are in top 3 in all of the tasks. So it's pretty clear just from the score. But honestly, anything can happen still. Sorry. Okay. Let's get back to the auto. And here I'm not gaining any points. So yeah, let's get back to the auto too. I have lots of cottages, but the main problem is that I'm not gaining any serious points, but that's pretty good starting position. How old are you and when did you start learning of programming? Okay. Okay. Just a quick question. Are you Polish? Because if you are Polish, I did a very long AMA, Ask Me Anything, and I explained all of those and much more. I can. So if you're not, tell me. But if you are, I'll just post the link to the AMA I did like 2 years ago, I believe. Oh, sorry. Yeah. I removed the ability of posting links by everyone else, so I have to do this, or moderators. But I still don't know if you're Polish, so I don't know if that's fine for you. Okay. It's going pretty bad over here. Like there are some empty parts. What you making? You mean what I'm making currently during the stream? So at the bottom you have a link to the Dropbox, and it contains the problem statement of the problem that I'm solving. And I'm doing it for the past 12 hours because I've been coding probably for the half of the time. Not very good, I know. Okay. This is a very strange map, like a very strange one. Very, very strange one. And okay, so another instance of that strange tactic of, well, that I happen to be using as well. I still have 0 over there, and I lost the first place. Okay, still getting better and better here. Okay, and it's hard to tell what should I do here. I mean, obviously, or not obviously, I have no idea what to do here. For some strange reason, it doesn't want to capture this tree, or maybe there's a problem with my visualization because I'm gathering 8 or 9. Okay, I have it now. That's fine. So we're not going to try solve other problems. It's not that I'm not going to try. The whole point was for me to try to solve only one problem. Each team has 3 different people, and each people solve only one of the problems. So considering that I would have to severely cut down the time that I'm talking, like what I'm doing right now, it would be kind of pointless. You would only see me typing, not doing anything else. It may have been interesting, but well, the point was that I will be more explaining what am I doing, and I think I'm I'm not doing an especially great job, but at least I'm trying to do that. Okay, I'll close this. So yeah, essentially I'm not trying to do the other problems. I'm gaining only 1 point here per turn. So Wait, what? Okay, I'm stupid. I'm running out of commands again. Yeah, I so often fail at noticing that. Like suddenly I'm gaining 12 points per turn. And the only reason why I didn't capture this is that Are you watching Tomasz Terka vlog? No, I actually have no idea who that is. And don't tell me it's Tomasz Terka. Wait, is Tomasz Terka? Who is Tomasz Terka? Vlogs and games. Okay, my current plan. Okay, so I don't watch that vlog, and I generally don't watch any vlogs. It's mostly, well, not the best used time, I would say. What are my current plans? So, what I usually do in such contests. Okay, I messed up something again. First, I have to fix the problem with the command limit in such cases like the one on the left. It's actually very strange. I think I have a bug somewhere. It doesn't make any sense, honestly. I'm essentially stuck with huge number of everything. A huge number of people. Like you see the guy is making 80 points and it's okay. And I'm running out of commands. It shouldn't be happening. So yeah, that's my current plan, and hopefully I will fix that. Explore stuff. Why does it feel like I never see enemy units? The sight range is very short. Like it's extremely short. It's to here are a few enemy units, the red ones. It's like 2 tiles away, sometimes 3. So there are very few enemy units. That it's just the fog of war is too big. Do you know about programmer called Christopher Shuffle? No, I don't. It's actually, unless you are talking about John Carmack or someone like that, it's actually hard for me to know about some random name. Maybe if he would be in the competitive programming area, I would know him, but otherwise, and then again, I would probably know his nickname, not the real name. Mr. Shovel and his dances. Okay, I don't know what you're talking about, but that may be cool. Christopher Shovel. Oh, Shovel, not Shuffle. Was designing plugins for my most bad applications. What is what? Yeah. Okay. Can I fix this in time? Probably not. Okay. Let's change to the collector mode and see the world burn. Or not, because I'm running out of commands. So there's some serious mistake here. Continue. So what does the run double returns? Okay, I'll do a very stupid sanity check. I am very confused right now. Why it doesn't work? That's very confusing. I mean, essentially because I'm running out of commands, you see what happened. And I'm losing crowns. It seems like I'm losing crowns. What's the... Okay, I'm using 65% of CPU. That's not very good. Okay, more trolls. No, but nice. Okay, so run double works fine. But that's absolutely awesome. I'll just minimize this. But it works in time. It's just you cannot see anything here. And I will finish in the first place. Horrible. Because well, more bugs. Michael 1PL, that's about not should use one. What? Free for freedom, pretty, go back to you. Okay. Sorry for the silence, I'm just trying to figure out where I messed up again. It's clear that something doesn't work as intended. Okay, let's do it this way. So, move squad. Okay, so I actually send very few explore commands and a lot of move squads. They just didn't move. Why am I winning here? I have 1-3. It shouldn't happen. Do you like dumplings or donuts? What? Both are fine. Yeah, that would be awesome if I would hold on the first place. Not going to happen, but still. It's the first time I'm in the third place, so at least. What do you think about gaming? I repeat, gaming PCs. That is a strangely formulated question. Like, what do you exactly mean? That they are over expensive, or gaming for what? I mean, it's very hard to pay too much. Oh, well, no, I honestly have no idea what you're talking about. Like, gaming PCs. Please explain. Okay, so let's check it here. Well, you have, well, maybe not very small, but you don't have very big choice of games on Linux. Gaming glasses. Seriously, guys. Please stop. So do you mean you're short-sighted or what? Okay. Okay, so apparently the game didn't start for some strange reason. That's pretty bad. I'm using Logitech gaming mouse and I'm pretty used to Logitech mouses. And the cheap Steel series. Not sure if it's visible. Using AI for exploring natural human language. No, the proper scientific name for that area is NLP, natural language processing, and this is actually one of the few parts of AI that I haven't touched. As for creating artificial awareness, this sounds really, well, not very scientific, more like an article from, well, Chip magazine. For keyboard, I'm using. Okay, I'll just Google for it because it's hard to explain. So I'm using Logitech keyboard that it's out of production for like last 5 years. It's called Ultra X or Ultra X Flat, and I'll just post the Google stuff. And what you had on the images, it's the keyboard I'm using. So the problem is that Logitech stopped producing such keyboards, and those were very good keyboards for both gaming, and they have very low keys, and this means that the reaction times are really fast. At the same time, the quality of the keys is very high, and they don't block when you're playing. Mario Kart AI. I haven't watched Mario Kart AI. I watched just a standard Mario platformer where there were several AI stuff related to Mario. One was doing very complex A-star kind of algorithms. It was several years ago, and it played absolutely great, much better than any human. The other one was AI, solution based on neural networks. They trained based on expert player that played, I don't remember exactly, between 10 and 20 hours. And they used neural networks to, pretty much simulate his moves. And it was very impressive. Gaming clothes to prevent sweating. Nice. You can find description. There's a link to the Dropbox at the bottom of the screen. You will see the byzat.pdf or byzat English. Yeah, the English file. So this is the description for the problem. It's actually very short. It contains only 2 pages. And there are also rules, but they are not very important. Okay, I haven't done too much coding lately. Okay, so it's hard to say what the best tactic should be. Well, I'm winning on the second one, so apparently I'm doing something good. But it's still hard to say what would be the best tactic. In the first one, I guess you clearly see the diagonal, so it seems that someone just have a lot of points over diagonal. That it has a clear structure. So again, I have few of the cottages, but I have fewer of the trees. Don't know if you already answered this question, but for a newbie who is interested in machine learning, what do you recommend? Okay, so that's okay, so have you heard about the Andrew NG course? It's on the Coursera, I believe. That's one that is most commonly recommended. It's very good for newcomers. It doesn't go too much into it. It's not very deep, not depth. It's quite easy to understand. The only problem is that you won't learn that much, but at the same time you will gain the basic knowledge about different areas of machine learning. Like if you are already, okay, I'll just finish the previous one. If you already experienced that, I believe the best way of getting better is actually to participate in contests. Probably Kaggle.com, I guess you are aware of that, is the best place to start because everyone there publishes his own approach. And it's pretty much the quickest way to get from being the beginner to get to the intermediate or even very experienced. I actually learned all of the machine learning throughout competing in various competitions. Mostly in Topcoder, but Topcoder is much less beginner friendly because very few people share their approaches. So after competing, it's quite often that you don't have anyone to learn from. What does byzat mean in English? In English, not too much. The name of the task is by Talina, which sounds like a name for a girl, at least in Polish. And so by is just the first 3 letters of the problem, and the last 3 letters is just that, shortcut for zadanie, the problem in Polish. And that's all. Okay. So consequently, I'm catching up in the second server, but I'm doing rather poorly on the first one. Well, not that poorly anymore, but still not very good. Okay. I have some chances for catching up here. At the same time, it's hard to tell what's a good strategy is. Okay, so I'll just leave it open like it is now. And here I have a huge lead. So actually there's in those war games where in problems that you can attack other player, there's interesting strategy where if you know you have the lead in one of the rounds, it would be actually wise to attack your opponent that that is your direct opponent. So if you can identify which ID, well, the IDs of the players are randomized for each turn, for each round, so that we don't exactly know. For example, if I want to attack Past Glory, the easiest way to identify this team is to estimate how much points each ID has, and it's pretty hard thing to do, but sometimes it may be a good idea just to identify the team you are trying to lower their points as much as you can. Okay. Have you ever visited image boards? I don't know what image boards are, and I don't know if you're trolling again. What is okay? Image board. Oh, you mean like 4chan? Okay, now I get it. Well, yes, but I'm not a user. I mean, I'm going to Reddit and I'm just following links. I'm not a user, pretty much. That's pretty weak. I guess the guy got tired. Okay, I got the 3rd place. The guy in the 4th place just stopped receiving any points. I'm very far away. Wait, what's happening? So it's very hard. It's very hard to say what's the correct strategy in the server, like the first one. And okay, so I can actually improve my lead by decreasing the expiration rate. I still should have fixed it somehow. But it's hard to tell what's the best way to do this. Okay, this guy can overcome me. He will pretty quick. I guess one of the problems on this map is that I'm unable to build a larger army. So yeah, it's and I'm getting a little bit tired. How long? How is this? Okay, so we're actually in the halfway, in the halftime. Let's refresh the scores. Okay, so Past Glory dropped down a little bit, and They actually have almost all of the second places. And Charles University Legion has been catching up very slowly, but still. And yeah. And I'm in 22nd place with only one problem that I'm solving. So not very good. Okay. Well, my hope is that I will finish in top 3 in both of the servers. I just hope I will manage to do it. Okay. Yeah. I will have to grab something to drink. And maybe there will be some food. So I'll be back in I don't know, few minutes. I'll just use the collector mode. Here I should be way more aggressive. Okay, I'll be back in 5 minutes at most. is okay. A few people are still here. Looks like on the Psyho is catching up. No, I won. Haha. Okay, sorry for the long break. Okay, still, yeah, I will get rid of the double stuff quickly. Yeah, I just ate another dish, so I'm much better now. Although I'm really tired. Auto is just old algorithm. You can manually. Yeah. Well, it's okay. Yeah, it's old algorithm. We'll check squad size out. I have missed it. Yeah. What Captain Marheva said. And compiling takes a while. And I'm third here, so not that bad. What's happening? I'm not running. Okay. Let's restart this. That's just wonderful. Okay, I'll make an easy fix for that. Clear game state. Okay, that should fix all of those lines. Why not output? Okay, that's pretty common question. So in those kind of contests, I don't gain too much by using IDE, and that's the simplest answer. I have everything I need. I don't use debugger. The thing is, if you need to use debugger in such contest, you are doing something wrong. The goal is to write simple stuff that does some great things, not the other way around. So, okay, that was supposed to fix that. Never mind. So there's no real advantage of using IDE here. I'm not using complex libraries, so every library I use is pretty much very simple stuff. I remember every important method and function. IDE uses more memory, has longer startup, takes longer to download, and I was just setting this up this morning. So, and for some reasons it still happens. Okay, so it looks like we are starting with a huge number of knights on a very small map. And we already... Okay, so I will perform horribly bad here because I still don't have BFS. So my units will be stuck forever, which sucks. Maybe I'll add it. I mean, there are very few maps that it actually makes sense. Okay, I forgot to do that. Probably it's too late. Too bad I noticed that so late. I mean, probably I wouldn't catch up either, but... Okay, what's happening here? I'm winning. That's good. That's actually good. It would be great if my units would be able to join here, but I have no way of enforcing that, which sucks. Why Windows 10? I'm not using Windows 10. I'm actually using Windows 8, right? How can I tell? Yeah, I hate Windows 8, but why not Sublime Text? I'm not sure if you used Notepad++, but it's actually a very decent lightweight editor, and it has everything I need. I experimented a bit with Sublime, but I mean, I'm not really missing any feature, or maybe there are some features that I'm not aware of that I would be missing. But still, I'm pretty fine with Notepad++. I usually don't even use IntelliSense, and I actually forget to turn off the automatic brackets, which it's not autocomplete brackets. It's not that it's bad, I'm just not used to it. And yeah. Okay, so the first server finished, and it sucks that I actually have to manually reset sometimes. Okay, this should really be fixed now. Clear game state. Okay, so so it's actually, I'm doing pretty bad right now. And the biggest reason is that I